y'all, welcome back to Mammy's Kitchen. Today we are making copycat payday bars. Yum yum. These are delicious, y'all. They're quick, they're easy, they're no bakes. They do take about 3 hours because you got to let them set up in the refrigerator a little bit. But they take 3 cups of salted peanuts. I like salted peanuts. You can use unsalted if you're not supposed to have salt. Just go ahead and get yourself unsalted peanuts. But 3 cups is basically 16 ounces. So this whole jar we'll use. We're going to use about a teaspoon or a capful of this vanilla. The vanilla will go in last. We're going to use a can of sweetened condensed milk. Make sure it's sweetened milk, not evaporated. We're also going to use 2 cups of mini marshmallows. If you got whole marshmallows, you can go ahead and chop them whole marshmallows up into bitty bites and use them. And then we are going to have 2 cups of the peanut butter chips, and that would be 10-ounce bag. 10-ounce bag equals approximately 2 cups. So let's see. We got to have 3 tablespoons of salted butter. So I got me a stick here, and it can be unsalted, like I said, if you don't like salt. I like mine a little salty. It gives it more flavor. But if you're on a health diet, you can't have salt or whatnot, you can do unsalted butter and unsalted peanuts, okay? So we're going to do 3 tablespoons. And as you can see on here, on your butter actually has the measurements. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons right there. We're just going to cut that. We're going to put it into our kettle. And we're going to mix all this mixture up. Now, normally, this recipe takes a 9 by 13 pan. Okay, but I have got these little candy silicones here, and I wanted to try them out and see how they would work in that shape. So I'm going to use this and then an 8 by 8 cake pan with wax paper down for the remainings. Follow along with me as we make homemade paydays. First up, like I said, I got this 8 by 8 with the wax paper or parchment paper. I like to, just in case, put a little olive oil down, spray that nicely, and make sure our pans are all sprayed evenly. And I know this is silicone, and I'm not supposed to have to spray it, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a spray before I put the peanuts in. Now, I have got a cup of peanuts here we're going to start with, and I'm just going to sprinkle bunch on the bottom here. Fill them up pretty good. I'd say maybe half full with peanuts. We just want to layer them a nice thin layer, but the bottoms of them completely covered, okay? Just press them down. I want to press them down so they're nice and flat up against the walls of the silicone. Okay, this one here needs more. And I'm going to put a few more in this one. All right, well, it looks about right. Okay, now we're going to take and we're going to put the rest of them in our 8 by 8 pan. And we're just going to spread them all out nice and even throughout the pan. And another half a cup. You want to put half of them peanuts on the bottom and half of them on the top. Okay? I'm going to press that down. Make sure everything is nice and flat. You can't see the wax paper between the peanuts. Okay? Alright, 3 tablespoons of butter into the pan. Now, you want to make sure this is on a warm heat. I would say probably like a number 6, between a medium 5 and 6, depending on your stove. Mine's electric. Gas stoves are going to be a little different, the heat. But it's about the same idea when you're making fudge. So you want to make sure that you stay right with everything and you stir it constantly. I'm going to let that melt. goodness out of there. Nice and creamy. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our 3 cups of marshmallows, mini marshmallows. And like I said, if you don't have mini marshmallows, you can use whole marshmallows. You just want to go ahead and cut them up. And I'm sorry, it's 2 cups of the marshmallows. So I'm just going to rough estimate it here with my cup measurement. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and mix this in until it all melts down. Continuously stirring this, folks, because this will definitely burn on if you don't. Just want to get this all incorporated and melted. Now this is going to set up really fast. So it's kind of like fudge. You got to work fast with it. Just going to keep mixing this. Keep on flipping it. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use marshmallow fluff also for this. I feel like it might melt down quicker. But I'm sure that you could probably do that. 1.5 cups maybe of marshmallow fluff. There she goes. She's starting to melt down now. Get that all mixed in nice and well. All right, that looks good. I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to add a capful or a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, I'm going to mix that again. Everything is incorporated really well. All right, that looks good. All right. I'm going to make sure I have enough for everything. So, let's start drizzling the 8x8 pan, making sure that everything is covered. Looks really good. All right, let's put the rest of it in here. It's starting to harden. I'm just gonna, that good stuff. Good stuff right there, guys. All right, we're gonna try to be careful not to get them peanuts mixed up. Let's just scrape off this remaining and easily, just like you would fudge. Evenly cover everything. All right. Now you want to press these down into the caramel peanut butter. Fall off, just pick them up and push them on in. Okay, looking good. All right, that looks good, guys. Now we're gonna let these sit for about 2 hours. You can let them set on your cupboard, but it'll be a quicker process if you put them in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna let these set up in the refrigerator and we'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. It's been about 2 hours, and I've had these in the refrigerator. And I feel like, I mean, as you can see, when I pull this down, see how that's sticking there? It shouldn't do that. And if you remember, I sprayed this too. So, I'm going to guess, I'm going to put these in the freezer for about half an hour and see if that doesn't help. Because these are silicone. And you can see they're doing the same thing. Not everywhere, but... So I'm going to put these in the freezer for about another half an hour, and then we'll check back. Alright guys, so we're back, and it's been about a half an hour. And I just took these ones here out of the refrigerator, and I think this is much, whoa, yeah. This is much, whoa, yeah, absolutely. Way better. So, I'm just going to pull this over here. I'm going to set them right there, and try to get this closer so you can see how much better these look, how they're coming right out nice and solid. Oh, they're popping right out. So yeah, I would say that was 2 hours in the refrigerator and then a half an hour in the freezer. I think I would just put them straight. Well, I might not want to put them in the freezer for too long just because we don't want them hot as a rock. All right. Now, let's see how the 8x8 cake pan looks. This is set up nicely. I've taken it off the wax paper, and as you can see, it's one nice big chunk. And a few peanuts that fell off, but now, I'm just going to take my pizza cutter here, and I'm just going to cut it like fudge into equal parts, okay? Big. All right. Here we are, folks. Very good. Crunchy, chewy. They do taste a lot like a Payday. Gotta try these. Put these over here. All right, look at that, guys. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. They're very rich, so I recommend small bites, even small like this. Really small squares. As you can see, the little round ones are really cute. I feel like those even could be cut in half. They're very rich, but they are absolutely delicious. Definitely would make them again. I think what I would do, I like the silicone, the little baby silicones like that. They're really cute. But I think the next time, I would just keep them in the refrigerator. I think the directions was a little bit off. I think they need to stay in the refrigerator for like 4 hours, not the freezer. But refrigerate them for 4 to 5 hours. Make sure they're set up really nice before, you know, you try to cut them. I was just trying to move the process along for the video. So I figured I'd pop them into the freezer for a half an hour. And that did work. That worked perfect for the silicone especially. And it worked for with the wax paper also. Except for that I found that the wax paper was coming off, but it was sticking to the side. And I had to... In some areas, I had to peel the wax off of the sides. But I think 4 or 5 hours in the refrigerator would be the best way to do this recipe. You might even add like a tablespoon of cornstarch to it to help thicken the sauce also. That's another option. But I just think 4 to 5 hours in the refrigerator And these would be perfect. Aren't they gorgeous? Beautiful. And they're so tasty.